Hey Scott, guess what?
What?
It's lathe day! So we got this lathe in the mail like a week ago, and it is still in the crate, and it is killing me. Should we start by opening some of the accessories around the lathe before actually opening the lathe?
There are accessories?
There are accessories.
Oh, you mean, oh.
So some of these I did open, but we'll show them to you guys here. Here, we can open these in tandem.
Yeah. This is not as fun as I would have hoped.
It's fun to me.
I mean, is box.
These are two 48-volt power supplies. I think they're like 7.5 amps. Meanwell, which is a good brand of them, a higher quality brand. I ended up getting 2 of these instead of 1 of them because it was like half the price to get 2 individual ones that could run like 1 motor each for the lathe instead of getting 1 combined one that could run both the motors at the same time. So it was just cheaper to buy 2 of them.
They're going back in the box.
You're going back in the box. Closed loop stepper.
Yes.
Place to cut.
You want to come off?
This was delivered with 2 different, like the 2 different boxes were taped together. And I have one that I have previously prepared.
Oh, okay.
So these we ordered 2 of these closed loop steppers, cables.
Comes with wire clippers.
Wire strippers.
Strippers. I know words.
These didn't come with it.
Your very own insulating tape in case you don't have any.
An empty box.
I have box. I know that comes. That's what the.
Oh. Yeah, I prepared this earlier.
Mine is hard to get out.
What are these called? The stepper drivers.
This is much more interesting than the other thing. At least it's way cooler looking.
Oh my gosh, why is it so hard to find the camera?
Very tight. It's like this has got to be a custom box.
So these are the closed loop steppers. This is halfway between a stepper motor and a servo motor. So a lot of the times when people say servo motor, they really mean a DC servo motor or a brushless DC servo motor, and this is just a stepper servo motor. So the back here has an encoder which keeps track of the shaft rotations, and then the front portion here is just a regular stepper motor. So with the extra intelligence that's in these blue boxes here, the lathe will be able to correct for any deviations between where the controller thinks it is and where the motor thinks it is. I already used the electrical tape those in my box. Not a lot of unboxing on these. Well, these are the end stops, but they are induction. So these are induction end stops instead of a physical switch. They are a little bit more accurate and then a lot more reliable because chips can't get in them and gunk up the works. And you can even see they're potted back there. It's lathe time. I really have had this for a week. I interrupted myself. I really have had this for a week and haven't opened the box yet.
Not very exciting.
It was less dramatic than I had hoped.
This is just box.
It might have just been packing material. Ooh, this is not empty box. Should we go through the accessories first, or?
Yes. I mean, but that's been our pattern so far.
But lathe.
Okay, fine, lathe.
Lathe. Ooh. Oh, he shipped it with drill bits in there? That's brave.
I feel like shipping it with packages in there is just as brave, but maybe that's just me.
There's 0 damage.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Beautiful.
Should we take the box apart from around it?
Yeah. I was picturing the Julian Mosman thing, but where you just do the...
I don't know. Where's my spot?
If you want to
There's stock in it.
If you want to give it away.
Call it closer. Oh, so there's still stock in it. And I think it's because he couldn't get it out after he took the lathe apart. I could probably push it through There we go. Stop. So this is the Sherline chucker lathe, complete with some accessories, like a collet closer, which will be awesome for us. It's got a 3C spindle nose there. It's got a spindle encoder here so we can do threading. Nice little 3D printed belt guard. Right now it's set up with the Sherline tooling blocks, which has all kinds of goodies there. Way covers. And then compared to our old Sherline, just the whole base is a lot more beefy than ours was. Our old one was. Beefy. Is it? I don't remember if the base of this is steel or not. So that is not steel. I thought that was steel. It looks like steel. This has ball screws on both of the axes. I'm very excited for this guy.
Do you want to move it out?
Yeah. So let's look at some of the accessories it came with. So this is the spindle motor. I believe these are half horsepower and like 3,000 RPM. Oh, and he put a reversing switch on it. So they don't run either forwards or backwards. I believe we can hack the DC motor controller in here to let it be controlled by our Centroid Acorn 2. But this motor also may be something that we upgrade in the fairly near future to like a 1-horse motor. Oh, another tooling block with some pins.
I have no idea what this is.
Ooh, I do.
I hope so.
So these are hand wheels. In case you wanted to convert the CNC lathe back to being a manual lathe for some reason. We will not be doing that. Anybody want to buy some hand wheels? Okay, more pins. These are the 3C collets that go in the nose there. There's a 1/2-inch one here, and we have a 3/8-inch one here. Ooh, they're both actually hard-inch too. So good, high quality. I don't actually know what this is called, but this is like a collet adapter. So we can put a Sherline chuck on the end here and then thread it in like it was a collet. So we can still use a chuck on this lathe. That is a little tiny castle wrench. I don't know what it's for. Whoa. Sherline 3-jaw chuck, complete with that.
I thought that would have been on there
Complete
already.
with Tommy bars?
I was confused.
Well, it has the collet chuck. So this is, we can thread this little adapter in and then screw this assembly into there. So we can run it with the 3-jaw if we so choose. You can also make an adapter to put these 3 jaws on the pocket end C, which may actually be where this chuck ends up living.
This is just more random stuff.
No, this is called a Tommy bar. And the Sherline chucks don't have keys. They have bars that go in there and then you can use as leverage to open or close them. The Sherline chuck feels a lot more substantial than I thought it would be. They always looked wimpy on the internet.
Found another thing.
Ooh, I saw that in the listing and I think I know what it is, but I'm not. I need to confirm. So I believe this is the Sherline 3C collet depth stop adapter thing. This screws into the back of here. Yeah. Okay. And then, what size collet is that? Is that right? How do we change collets?
Put the stock back
It's too long. Ooh, that's how you change collets. Look, I changed a collet.
Good job.
Okay, so get that in there. Gosh, the mechanics on this feel really nice. Okay, so now we can take the 3/8 inch stock. So the collet's in there. And let's say this was a pen part that we wanted to have we wanted to do something on the end of it, but we had already worked on the back side. So you can put this bar in, and I lost my stock. You can put that bar in and use it to set the depth of how deep you want the stock to go. And so that way, every time you load or unload it, you can get a repeatable setup.
Oh. So you don't have to measure on the stock.
So you don't have to set the offset every time.
Like
Yeah.
on the stock itself.
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
So we will definitely use that. The collet closer, like I said, is the most exciting feature about this machine to me. And I'll have to learn how to get it dialed in right. 'Cause I clearly don't know how to do it. There we go. Maybe that's what you're looking for. And this is definitely becoming pneumatic at some point. And last box, I forgot I've had this. I've actually had this for maybe a year or two. Ethernet cable. Ooh, I forgot I bought that.
It's a present to ourselves.
It is a present to myself, or to arts.
Sure, you know.
Let's be honest, the lathe is for me.
Yeah, but I enjoy the things that are made on it, so it's fine. I would enjoy it more if you told me what it was.
I'm gonna leave you hanging. But I feel like you can figure it out at this point.
This is a computer board.
Yes, it is. That is a Centroid Acorn, which is about top of the line you can get for a hobby machine like this. It's the actual controller that will be the go-between the computer with the G-code and the lathe with the physical movements.
You forgot that the box that said Acorn on it had an acorn in it?
It had an acorn in it?
You said it was called an acorn.
It is called an acorn.
What did you forget this box had in it?
Oh, yeah. So this is a relay board with 8 different relays, so we can control external accessories. So like I said, one of the first things this is getting is a automatic collet closer, and it'll get a bar puller, so that we can have some automation on here. That's 2 of the 8 accessories we can add. I don't know what else we'll have besides that. Maybe coolant pump or whatever, but that'd be nice for that. This is just a power supply. It's a Meanwell, like the other ones I bought. This Acorn will give us a lot more capabilities beyond what we could do on our old Sherline lathe, just because the controller is nicer. Oh, and then this came with my house. This was the ISP cable box, and we changed internet providers. And so I'm going to be putting all of the electronics inside here just because it's convenient, and I don't have to buy a metal electrical box that way. It's even got gaskets at the bottom, so this will be a good box for the controls. Should we show them the granite?
So,
And then... We also got a slab of granite. So the lathe will be mounted to this piece of granite. The granite will give it a little bit extra rigidity, and these granite countertops are kind of known to be actually fairly accurately flat and thermally stable. So that's a good thing, just believe me. It'll make the lathe better. It looks like black in the video.
yeah, it does.
So this lathe is going to end up living right where that granite is now, right here on this bench. It'll have a computer there. The pocket NC is right there, also behind Scott. And then a computer still behind Scott is for the mostly printed CNC, which is down there off screen, and the pocket NC. So this will be kind of our manufacturing cell, you could call it. The parts will probably go from the lathe to the pocket NC, and then we have tools and stuff off to the side and an assembly table. So, future of the lathe. Needs motors. The motors I have, the shaft is too big to fit the shaft couplers. So I'm gonna have to drill and ream those out to fit. Next, we'll probably play with some of the tooling. We'll probably do some practice parts with the tooling just as it's set up now. But we want the tooling to match what we used to use on our old lathe, using these 5/8 inch shank holders. And there's one tooling block now, but these will replace these 3/8 inch ones with the 5/8 inch. And that just lets us use the tooling we already have.
This is not a tooling block.
That is a tooling block. These ones are 3/8 inch, along with this big one. It's also 3/8 inch. This one is 5/8 inch. So we can still use that one. I don't know, actually, we can use both of those because those are radial. We just need to buy a new block here, new one of those, or make our own equivalent. Well, we're going to do something. We haven't decided what, but it may or may not use our 5/8 inch holders we already have. So the short-term goal is just to get the lathe running. We'll leave it basically as it is now, just get the motors and the controller hooked up. After that, we're going to move on to getting it automated. So we will have a automatic collet closer and then a bar puller. So we'll be able to put a 1 foot or a 2 foot bar in the end of this, and it'll be able to pull it forwards, make a part, pull it forwards, make a part, and pull it forwards, make a part. And that'll give us some more just unattended runtime to help our shop flow and efficiency. Thank you guys for watching this far. If you want to see progress on the lathe in real time, follow our Instagram at DesignTheEverything. If you want to support us by buying something we make, designtheeverything.com, also link in the description.
If you would like to support us without spending any money, we'd appreciate it if you do all the YouTube things, and we'll see you next time.
Our numbers are going up.
I know.
Not like that. More like that.
I think it makes us cry at night. I am penguin.
One more time.
No.